Hello guys and welcome back to SRL. We are here for the second race of Paperstream Social Mondays. We are here for Japan. We only have 9 drivers so far, but I do believe we will be having some join us in a little bit. I'm not really sure who, but we should have around 10 or 11 people hopefully in the race. So some quick updates for everyone that is watching. We are hopefully starting the season on the 5th. That's for another pre-season race at not in a pie, that's awkward. There we go, that's better. I hope you all heard that. You should have done anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yes, pre-season starts not next Friday. Let's say next Friday, but we don't even race on Friday. On the 5th of September, so in about a month's time, and then the season properly gets away on the 12th. Well, a few people coming out, I don't know. Neon is just in the bog standard car, same as Pete. Got Bradford in a nice looking car. I think it's kind of similar, I think it's the same one he ran last week, to be fair. I'm pretty sure. And then we've got Paperstream the Goat in his purple and, I think it's purple and blue car. Looking very nice. We have had word from Bond earlier that he has a I forgot what Peugeot theme car, unless he's changed it. So now I don't want to sound stupid, but I don't really know what kind of livery he would have gone for. But we will find out fairly soon. Apparently someone ping is already on an outlet, but he hasn't even left the pitch yet. I think he has the same one as last week as well, and we don't really have anyone else on our lap, so we'll get on board with Neon. Obviously these races are uploaded to YouTube the day after. It's just something to kind of fill in for now until we get going in just under a month's time. I'm definitely looking forward to it, even after a lot of people nagging to start a league. We obviously want it to be a level playing field, and I don't feel like it's fair to force drivers or allow drivers to race when we've had some pretty horrific glitches so far. But Neon Shocker's starting his lap now. Only obviously the same kind of format as last week as well. Short qualifying, 50% race, and Neon is taking a bit of a spin, so we will jump on board with Pete, who's in the same car. I'm pretty sure, yes he is. And yes. Oh, okay, Brad's actually slightly ahead of Pete, so we'll ride on board with him. Not really sure how much practice he's actually been able to do. We've got Paperstream having a bit of a spin himself as well. Unlike Paperstream to have a bit of a spin, but we move. Looking forward to Gangster Owl's car. I'm not sure if that's the same one as he had last week, but will be very intriguing. So Brad will be the first driver to set a lap time, followed by Neon. We're just letting Pete through there. But as I said, we will be starting fairly soon. Probably got another maybe 3 more rounds of basically the Paperstream Cup, basically, otherwise known as the Social Monday. We've got John now. Oh, there comes Gangster as well. I can't change John's car. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's very nice. Suit Schuster. Gangster Owl has just gone for kind of whatever the hell he likes. Does what he wants, basically. And we've got the same kind of thing for him. Who is on a lap? Paperstream, I think, is now coming into the pit. So we'll keep on board with Southern Ping. Despair has returned to action. I don't think he was here last week. Waiting for him to come out onto track. We've got Bradford now having a bit of a spin. Everyone, I think, has at least spun once so far. Neon Shocker's obviously now on a lap, but we're going to get back on board with Southern Ping, who's going to come to the line. This could push him up to second. It will indeed. Not too far off Brad's time. I'm not sure if there's a lot more to gain for him. Got Despair now coming out of the pits, and that's someone. That's Despair's car. Oh, and John has now gone for a spin. He wasn't very happy when we was in the party. He was complaining that he was spinning quite a lot. So was Despair in the Discord. So we'll take a look at his. He hasn't really done much to the livery itself, but Nico Shockers goes P1 with a 1:31.3, so it's a whole second quicker than what Brad has been able to do. Still waiting for Bonge, but he won't come out until later on in qualifying. I think he's going to want to start at the back like he did last week. Obviously he won last week. And yes, and I know he's being annoyed by the amount of times I've said that O word, but he can cope and sieve and do whatever he bloody likes. Paperstream back out on track. It's just a very easy word to use, as you can tell. Who's on a lap? Gangster Owl has no ERS whatsoever. Someone pinging back into the pits. Neon on a quick lap. Gangster Owl has basically no ERS. Not sure how he's managed to use all of it up. I don't think he's on a very quick lap anyways. It might be actually. Gangster Owl rounding the final corner. DRS wide open. 1:33.8, so maybe it needs a little bit of. John's made it further into his lap than last time in his racing point, and I know he'll probably end up watching this and probably gonna start crying that I called it the racing point. Unless it is his take on the racing point, then it's very nice. Got a spin, that's Paper, I think that's Allied Squire, right? Oh, Despair is backwards somehow. Going for Owl, having to put the brakes on there. John on the other hand, 12 seconds up on his time. Wouldn't put him pole, but obviously it's only for that sector. Teams are currently being changed within SRL, so oh, he does go pole. Wow, by a whole second and 2/10. Very nice lap from John there. Allied Squire on track as well. Very nice looking car. We've also got Pete, but he's running the box standard car, so let's get back on board with Paperstream, who's on a lap but not on a lap, if that makes any sense. Probably not, but we moved. A. Bradford has left the session, he's rage quit. like the noob that he is. I'm sure someone will get him in. His internet is sometimes god awful. Not as bad as Bondra's at the moment, but still god awful. Paperstream back into the pits. John is revving your car. Oh, that was Pete up into P3. I don't know how many people are currently watching us. No one, apart from me. But we tend to usually do a lot better on our YouTube videos than what we do on the streams. But hey, well, let's get more with Despair, who's off. I do believe he's not long come off holiday, so I'd imagine he was going to be very tricky for it. He has said he hasn't been on the game for about a month, and I'd Squire with a massive lock up there. So from what I know and the confirmed teams, well, I'll go through most of the teams anyway. So Mercedes, I believe, has only one driver of Kush. I will just go through that now, just to be 100% certain. Where is it? There it is. Driver lineup. So Mercedes is currently Kush, Mania. He obviously hasn't raced in SRL before. Ferrari keep the same lineup with Bradford and RSF1 Hunt. Red Bull has slightly changed with Eclipse and Bonge. McLaren has recent Despair. Obviously they were in what was it? Aston Martin. Alpine is Neon, Shockers and Southern Ping, who are both here today. Alfa Romeo has 5 Crown, AlphaTauri has Havoc and Squire. Aston Martin don't have anyone. Haas currently have Paperstream, and I think what is it? Craigo might join Haas. Williams is John and Let Joe, so some very interesting lineups. Despair off once again, still finding his feet, I would imagine. Hasn't really been able to put a decent lap in so far. Neon, let's go on board with P. He's not on a particularly fast lap. Alex Squire on its way back out. Let's go on board with the GOAT, as we like to call him. The longest American driver in this league. We obviously had Friday, and we also had Snorlax. Obviously they are no longer with us. Not really sure why. Don't really care either. I'll be fairly honest. It's what I like about these streams. I can kind of not be as professional as I should be, because it's not really anything too serious. Anything with kind of points on the line, that's usually where it's the most serious stuff. Like pre-season's obviously fairly serious. Spare with yet another spin. He did say he was going to spin quite a lot, so kind of living up to his name at the moment. John back out on track. Okay, so our pit's well out of the way. He did actually say that he's going to put it on pole as well, and he is currently on pole by a second. So unless Despair can actually get a lap together, or Pete, then John will most likely. Oh, here comes Bonge. We'll get on board with him in a bit. See if John is purple so far. So let's have a look at Paperstream. going to be able to put his first lap on the board. Should probably get the chat back up, seeing as I had just locked my phone. Don't know about anyone watching, so Paperstream up to P7. Let's have a look at Bond, shall we? Oh, that's very nice. I like that. Can't change camera on Allied Squire for some reason. Let's see if the spare can finally put a lap together now. John goes even quicker. A whole... It didn't go that much quicker actually. See if the spare can actually keep it on the track this time. Nope. It is funny watching some of these struggle though, to be fair. Especially, I mean, it's better to struggle now than to struggle when the season starts, I suppose. That's one way of looking at it, I suppose. Bond's about to start his lap. And it could be worse. That John will be going for another lap. And into the pits he comes. Oh, Allied Squire's in the wall. Not a very happy bunny. I think Bob's just locked up there. Oh, a little bit. Where are we on next though? Absolute scenes when Bond puts it on pole. No one's really on a blistering lap at the moment. Bond will be the next driver to set a lap. Bond coming to the final couple of corners now. Clips the apex perfectly, and again. And now it's a sprint to the line. Can he put it on pole position? Will he take it away from... Oh! Oh my god! That's someone that's just went Paperstream up to 7th. Spares had yet another off. Allied Squire into the final couple of corners now. Clips the apex nicely. Cuts that corner. And that is going to be his qualifying done. Pete though, 4/10 up on his time. That's why has retired in the pits. Pete round in the final corner. Can he put it on pole position? He only stays 4th. Neon Shockers on a good lap himself as well. Can he take pole position away from Pogu to the line? He only stays P3. He's a 10th off Bond though. That is going to be the end of qualifying. And the Pog is on pole position for the Japanese Grand Prix social race. Bond on his one and only lap puts it in P2. What a lap from him. Neon Shockers up into P3. Pete in P4, Southern Ping in P5, Bradford in P6, only having the 1 or 2 runs there. Paperstream in P7, Gangster Owl P8, Despair in P9, and Squire in P10. The spare nearly putting it into the wall there as well. Spare has the Mercedes garage for now. Just waiting for Paperstream to come into the pits and retire. I don't know if we have the 5-minute rule like we do in the league, but I'm sure we'll find out fairly soon. Let's see where Paperstream goes. I would imagine that's probably around McLaren, I want to say. Very good, very nice. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for Paperstream to retire. Come on, Judy, and wakey wakey. There we go. It's very close between John and Bonge. Looks like they're both running like a P for their kind of logo thing. So it's P actually. Yeah, that's why I had to spare well off the pace. So it's Brad, but obviously he did disconnect halfway through. I don't think we had any incidents. Speeding in the pit lane, invalidated, warning. That's kind of the usual incidents that we have in qualifying. Apologies that you can probably hear my fan in the background, but unfortunately we are having another heat wave in the UK, so it is absolutely boiling. And here is my co-commentator. Hello, Thomas. Who do you think's gonna win? John is on pole. Yes.
How big you just pop through and then
I always saw the microwave, so
no, you haven't invest.
I'll just put it in the kitchen. I'll look at it later. Cope. No, get away. I don't want to. No.
I haven't come near you.
No.
It's an undercount fridge.
Didn't ask. Plus ratio. Plus.
Which I'm having.
Why? You don't need it.
Yes, I do.
For what?
My coffees.
Or you leave it in the kitchen.
Wait. We can't
Well, no.
plug it in anywhere in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can.
No, we can't.
Why?
It's the only free plug. It's the plug. That's why we kept it. You can't like having a wire going across the door, can you?
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, you
Be a
can.
dumb girl.
Leave it in here.
Cope.
You need to cope.
Oh.
Take some copium. Well, that's a bit we are having. Yeah, it's not best to spare, to be fair. I mean, I personally don't practice for league races anymore. It's just something I'm not really. And we're getting ready to go. That's a cursed image. Here we go. Let me have a look at see what everyone is starting. I would imagine mediums for most drivers. Yeah, except from Brad and Paperstream. And then any kind of late changes, I'd imagine. But here we go. Formation lap, I believe, is on. I'd imagine it would be. I would not want to start this race with. And off we go. We will go on tyre. Did anyone's change? No, they didn't. John leads the pack. Obviously, a pretty up and down race for him last week. He was basically last after, I think it was the first safety car, but then he managed to crawl his way back up, and I think he finished P2, I want to say, or P3, one of those. Bonge won. He's won actually every race we've done so far in this kind of pre-season kind of way of doing things. Gangster has been disqualified. Neon Shockers is a very long way back off the back of Bonge, and someone has, that is Pete, that is ahead of everyone by the looks of things. Spare is currently racing someone, Paperstream, for some reason. That must have hurt. Yeah, John, you may want to slow up, mate. Slow up. So everyone can catch up to him. Otherwise he's... Slow up. It's the same thing. No, speed down.
No! Speed up.
Go away.
I'm getting them mixed up again.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up with your mum too, of course. You hit me, it's on evidence. Ow!
I'm stroking you.
Alright, let's see if people can get into their grid spots correctly. John's knees spun out.
By the way, when you see the bags...
Still got disqualified Brad, that's no surprises there. Oh, Bonge is slightly
Come on, Thomas.
to the right. Anyone? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Great. It's lights out and away we go for this Japanese Grand Prix. Bonge has got a pretty bad start and Neon is already past the front running and he is leading, but he runs out wide and John is back through. But John has a little bit of a wiggle and he has lost another position and Neon is back in front. Bonge has lost another position and he's now in P4. Thanks to Al. A very bad start there. Paperstream not got off too well. Spare though, already up into P5. He's on the back of Bonge, but he's probably going to spin anytime soon. Bonge getting slightly held up from Despair. Oh, from Pete, sorry. Despair's gone for a dive up the inside. Bonge has to settle for P5, but he probably knows that Despair is probably going to spin fairly soon. Despair looking for a move on Pete as well. Very Despair was just teasing us, saying that he was actually pretty bad, but realistically he's now found his way up from basically last on the grid to... Oh, he ran wide. He's still there though. Pete backs out. Oh, here we go. This is what I've always wanted to see. Despair versus John. That's what we're all here to watch. Nice little battle from behind by the looks of things. Everyone's in a reasonable distance of each other. Paperstream now gets past Allied Squire. Had not really any major incidents so far. I said that, we're probably about to... Oh! And that is Despair out. That's Pete out, sorry. Bonge has received a 5-second time penalty. That is going to be a safety car. And Pete is out of the race. Despair with another miserable afternoon. That's a massive shame for Pete. He was running well there. Did not have enough time to... Is there a safety car or is it just my eyes? No, it's definitely a safety car. Oh, we only had a virtual, fair enough. explain a lot. Virtual for that, that's a bit of a weird one, but DRS has been enabled. Bond is now within 3 tenths. Squire has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Against the hours got past. Bond's up the inside. Despair with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Wouldn't leave just yet. Probably gonna have another safety car fairly soon. Southern Ping with a defense masterclass at the moment. Well, people have been cutting that part of the grass. This is not exactly track limits, I would say. Bond's got a nice exit out of this corner. He's going to go for a move down the inside. Locks up. Pushes Southern Ping the long way round, and Bond is back up into P3. Now he needs to pull away from Southern Ping by at least 5 seconds to kind of not lose any time when obviously he comes to pit and gets rid of that time penalty that he has. These penalties obviously aren't going to be removed because obviously it is a social race. So literally, Southern Ping is going to get a nice slingshot here, I'd imagine. He's lost a lot of time out of the exit. DRS wide open. Paperstream into the pits. Gangster Owl has now been freed up to chase after the Alex Bond at the back of him though. Pulls out as a yellow flag, and that is to spare off the track. Paperstream onto the hards. Brad is the only other driver that is on the hard, and he's doing fairly well. Southern Ping out of DRS zone from Bond now. I would imagine he'll now be setting his sights onto John. Despair picks up another time penalty. No point giving up. A lot of drivers nowadays give up in league races, and it's really annoying, especially from like a spectator view, where especially like the quicker guys just give up, and we've seen it in like previous seasons as well, but not really a whole lot you can really do. You can't force a driver to stay. I mean, you can, but we obviously don't want to. That's spare round again, and here comes Alex Squire with a great launch out there, using his ERS to play. I'd imagine Gangster Owl might have played that out fairly well there, but he's in a bit too deep, and Gangster Owl is going to come back at him here. Is Alex Squire using 0-0 wings or something? Gap is starting to come back up between Neon and Pog. That is to spare. Oh, and Alex Squire is off the track. That is not what he wanted. You do not want to get beached in the gravel. You don't want to push those tyres just yet, especially with the amount of gravel that is on them. Paperstream now will most likely jump Allied Squire when he comes to pit. It's probably seen as Gangster Hour as well, I'd imagine. Paperstream very early on to the hards, to be fair. Neon Shocker's got a 3.1 second gap now. And that's another spin. That was probably Despair, isn't it? Oh, no. That's Brad. I think I instantly just assumed it was Despair. I apologise, Despair. Oh, no, there we go. I believe it's Zandvoort for the next track, I believe, as well. Someone ping starting to come back at Bonge now, I think. Bradford hasn't really lost all too much time on Gangster Owl. Still 3.2. Japan's a very difficult circuit though. That's the thing. It's very technical. And the wrong setup, and you're either going into the wall or you're not going to finish great. I mean, my best finish was, I believe, P3, and that was a very long while ago. That was in F1 cars. I think F2 when we did it for DRL, I think it was named at the time. I think it might have been like P2 or something, I can't remember. I would look back on the races, but the guy that was owner of the league decided to delete the whole YouTube channel and all the races, and that paid me off a little bit, because I like to... That's why we upload the races, like every race we kind of do, it goes onto YouTube, because I know some people in, like, when SRL does eventually go, I'm sure loads of people would want to look back on previous races and kind of think about all those times. Despair has another spin. He's about to be lapped as well, actually. Brad's definitely caught up to Gangster Owl in the last few laps. I'd imagine he'll be on the back of him probably at the end of this lap, and probably has DRS. That is... Oh, Bond just spun. Someone ping up into the podium. Even the most experienced drivers make mistakes, and and Southern Ping is now off. Bonge is doing Bonge things, apparently. We're sure what Bonge was doing there. But he has now pretty much got that gap to the 5 seconds that he needs. Bradford still creeping up to the back of Gangster Owl, who's obviously catched up to someone ping with his little spin. Told you Brad will be within a second coming to the end of this lap. DRS abusing right now. I imagine he might go for a move at the chicane. Oh, Gangster Owl pushes him onto the grass, and that is a big crash. That is not Brad's fault. That just wasn't. And Brad is going to come into the pits. I don't know. That is a full safety car, so that is kind of played up very well for Despair. There's a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. And Brad, who was literally at the chicane, was but that he picks yeah, that was definitely not Brad's fault. Bond has a good opportunity here to probably a bit disappointing for John and Neon now, because what is Despair doing? Despair is doing Despair things, and they're now coming to the pit. Let's see what John does. I would imagine he'll be in the pits as well. He is indeed. Bonge obviously does have that 5-second time penalty, so I'd imagine he'll be also in serving that 5-second time penalty, and then He's got a clean slate till the end. Unless he's got warnings that he needs to deal with, but and he is also into the pits. I'd imagine so will 7 ping. He is indeed Brad. I don't think he'll be able to overtake anyone. And Bond's serving his 5-second time penalty. Is now again ahead of, where's the spare? Why is he all the way back? Oh, he's in the middle of John and Neon, so and disqualified. Great. Yep. Why? You know you can't overtake under safety car. You fucking idiot. Paperstream back in again. Oh dear. Let's see what he's had to say. So now that John is going to have a nice free run at Neon, Bond is eventually caught up to the back of these two. I'm sure he'd love to stick it down the inside of John at the moment. And probably Neon has gone 2 and 1, why not? Having to slow massively down for some reason. There he goes. Now catching up to these. I feel like, obviously, does he have to pit again? No, because he started on hards. I don't think he'll be able to do 17 laps from now on until the end. I don't think he'll be able to do that, but we've seen weirder things happen in this league, so very tired though. Imagine one more up. Where did call for the safety car coming in yet? I haven't actually looked. Safety car in this lap. Need to give yourself enough gap to safety car is in the pit lane now, so and Neon has gone. Bond's now onto the back of John. See if Bond can force him into a mistake. Put Brad on summon ping. Oh, I think Bond just nearly ran into the back of his good friend. Someone's got a fairly decent restart. Paperstream gets past Allied Squire, and we have a yellow flag. Is that going to be Squire round? Not round, I don't think, but has lost a little bit of time. Neon could be in for a shout at the championship. He's shown some very good pace over the last few weeks. Bond returning as he made an announcement. Well, he didn't make the announcement, but ooh, John's wide. That's going to give Bond a sniff. Someone being on the faster tyres, so at this rate he'll probably make it fairly an easy overtake on Bond, but coming to the final kind of few laps he'll definitely be struggling. Both drivers now out of the 1 second window. Bond within that 1 second now. Bradford on the other hand though, looking very quick on his his second stint. He runs into the back of someone ping, but some quick reactions from our season 2 of SRL champion. Something in it very deep there. Only got a few drivers who have raced since the start. That being, we've got a spin. That is Allied Squire around, and that is another. Is that another safety car? I think it's just a VSC. I think, as there's no yellow dot coming out. Bond's doing the George Russell strat. Someone ping into the pits. Won't lose as much time pitting right now as he would in racing conditions. Squire follows him in, and that's going to be a 5 second time for it. It is indeed. I actually have to have a rethink about Neon's prediction, actually. DRS been re-enabled, and we are back under racing. We have like a four-way fight at the moment for a three-way fight for P2 in a minute, I'd imagine. Ooh, Bonds and John getting a bit out of shape out the hairpin. Coming into the spoon curve. We have another yellow flag, and I think that's Allied Squire having yet another spin. I don't think these drivers realise that you can't just push on the first lap coming out the pits, because your tyres are a lot more colder than what they used to be in recent games. Like in real life, they obviously changed the temperatures of the tyres when they come out of the blankets, and requires a little bit more warming up to do. Brad now within a second of Bond. These two usually give some pretty decent racing. Got 3 world champions within SVOR/SRL in the top 4. Neon Low looking to potentially become season 4 champion of SRL. Reese isn't here tonight. Joe isn't here tonight. Killian also not here, so Bradford losing a bit of time now. I do believe he has to pit again though. He pitted way too early according to the mediums. That's Allied Squire around once again. Another miserable day. Allied Squire is now apparently a lap down. Oh no, he's not. He's on 1 lap all tyres. My bad. Neon Shocker's starting his 16th lap now. Neon Shocker's setting the fastest lap of the race. Oh, press the wrong button, that's awkward. Bonge within a second of John. Bradford, I think his tyres are now starting to wear out ever so slightly now. Neon Shocker's not really even using his ERS. Doesn't need to. There's another flag that is Squire around again. I'd imagine he'd probably be in this lap to retire. But as I say to everyone, don't ever give up. There was one time where a driver a few seasons back wasn't even going to race, kind of convinced him to race, and Paperstream off, and that Squire off, and I think he went on to finish P2 that race, and the first thing he did was thank me in the DMs. Here comes Bonds on John. Alright, Squire, a 5-second time penalty, and that is a retirement for himself. Neon Shockers is pretty much run away with it now. Don't think Bonge will be winning on the final lap this time as he did last week. It'll be a very good battle between these two. is Southern Ping now around. I think at least everyone's had at least one spin. Apart from, I believe, Pete, Gangster Al, and Neon, I think. Neon Shockers setting yet another fastest lap. Wondered if he was too close enough to John. I'm sure this battle will go to the wire. Oh, John's nearly spun. That's going to give Bonge the edge. John seems to be struggling on the hard tyres by the looks of things. Here comes Bonge looking for a move. I don't think he'll go for it. He will, he looks, but backs out of it at the last moment. Bonge again. Someone being into the pits. A set of softs that should take you to the end. Although he's supposed to be in a lap down. Would be interesting to see if Bonge is going to play this safe. Looks to the inside and backs out of it. John didn't really know what he was going to do, but pretty sure these two are in a pie together. So I'd imagine they're communicating. John's a bit wide. Oh, John's spun and he's... Oh, that's a massive shame for John there. Oh, and John's out. Great. That's a safety car. Rigged. We've got another Singapore 2008 on our hands. Save your ERS, you knobs. I imagine they'll be back in for a set of softs now. Into pit we will go. Also imagine Bonge will follow suit, and he does indeed. And Brad, I would also will probably be in ever so carefully. We'll still go out ahead of Paperstream, I'd imagine. And John has yeeted that goodbye. I think Bonge and Brad are using the same pits. I'm pretty sure of it. Paperstream continues on for his other lap, as he never pits on the same lap as everyone else, because he doesn't like to get in the way. It'll be a while until 7 ping catches up. Still half the grid left. Paperstream and Bond back into the pits. Oh, Bond has been jumped by Paperstream. Summon Ping is back into the pits for another set of softs. Now has finally left the session. Should be in this lap, I think. Please don't do that. Right up into P2. Does have a 3-second time limit to deal with though. Paperstream. I don't think we'll fight Bond all too much. Summon Ping is around about 30 seconds away from I just bounce through the lights on the back of that car. Banana bounce. Brad and Paperstream back into the pitch. I think they all want to have the softest tyres to start this race on. Someone might jump Brad and Paperstream here, and he does. Who's left? Oh. Someone get the goat in here. Where is he? There he is. Paperstream has been disqualified from the session. Oh dear. This game is so fucking stupid. And people wonder why we've had to postpone this game when this shit happens. People wonder why. And they never fucking understand why we have to do this shit. Safety car is in this lap. It just they ruined the game. Why is there a yellow flag there? I'm assuming that's where Paperstream has parked his car, but Paperstream has rejoined, but no fucking point, he's fucking been disqualified for no fucking reason. Is he still going round on track or something then? Ian Shockers gets this race back underway. This game is fucking stupid. So basically it's now going to show, at least we know where Paperstream is, I suppose. But now it's just going to ruin these guys, because if they don't know, I don't know if his car is going to be visible or not, I don't know. This game is the most fucking useless thing in the fucking world. Should have just gone back onto F1 21 to be fair. It's so much fucking better. This game generally is the worst F1 game we've had in a very long time. And even the esports guys know this as well. See, we've never had this problem before where the host gets disqualified, but then, so there's his car. That is going to cause absolute headaches, yep. And this is why we can't, someone, no one's watching, are they? Fucking, this is fucking bullshit. I'll fucking clip it, fuck it. This is why, when people say, oh, why have we started yet? It's because of this shit. The game is not working, it's broken. And if I were adding sound effects to the stream, I would. I'll put flipping Lando Norris right there, but they fucking. I don't like talking about F1 that much now. Like, this game has literally ruined everything, and they claim to fix these games when they just fucking don't. The game is more broken than. It's the most broken game. Like, I get, like, when some game, like, this is going to be a rant probably till the end of the freaking race now, but when a game comes out, you're always guaranteed that there's going to be some sort of glitches. It happens with every game out there. But this has got to the point where we have had to basically cancel the league and restart over. I mean, we would. What day are we on now? We would have. This would have been round 1 today. We would have been started by now. And look, I mean, Japan probably not the best race to start on at the start of the league, which is why we never will. Which will always be Bahrain. Provides good racing as much as no one really likes the track, and Japan is a pretty sinister track at the same time as well. But, and this is a big but, we can't let these drivers race when this game is as bad. Paperstream was disqualified, what, I don't know, 3 laps ago, give or take. I can't really remember when he was, but take me for granted. And his car was still going round before these guys had to lap him. And then Summon Ping breaks his front wing, has a slightly broken front wing, but he's been able to carry on. Bonds, I think, was just lucky enough to get through because he was on the side of the track, the same as Neon, so they weren't gonna get really anything bad from him. So the next time someone wants to say, oh, we should just start anyway, fucking just leave. Leave the league. I'd rather have people... I mean, we've lost, I think, like 3 drivers since we announced that we were having to push back the start date, which we all predicted was going to happen, me and the admins. But we took that risk because we don't want drivers playing on this godforsaken fucking game as bad as it is. Like, going back to what I was saying, like, all games when they come out are always going to have some sort of problem. But you look at other games like, I think Elden Ring, that had a pretty bad glitch, I'm pretty sure, when it first came out. Within 2 days it was fixed. EA and Codemaster, whoever does the patches for this game, do not care about their fan base whatsoever. And that is proven because they said they claimed to fix the audio stuttering, but they didn't. Because the drivers, 90% of the drivers still complain that they're still getting it. I'll probably talk to a couple of drivers, see if they had the issue, and they will say yes, because it's such a shit game. And it's... I hate doing this because I want to make these streams as good as they are, but when the game is as broken as it is... I mean, I can't flipping say anything about Despair's disqualification because he overtook a safety car, which in real life you shouldn't be able to do anyway. I mean, I personally, if you're a lap behind in real life, you then get let through. And obviously they haven't implemented like this. They make it to seem as it's a simulator, but it's nothing close to real life whatsoever. They don't have red flags. They, I mean, I'd prefer to do you. I mean, they've obviously added the formation that way you get to do the whole thing yourself, but you can't like come into the pits and pit like you can in real life. They claim to make it the like, people who vote for this game to be Game of the Year and Racing Game of the Year and all that fucking shit are fucking blind and they're stupid. Anyways, Neon now rounding the final corner, and he wins the second round of the Paperstream Social Mondays. Bond just gonna come home in P2. Still good for him, and Brad is going to come home in P3. Someone Ping will come home in P4, but he's still got a long way to go as yet. But this game is fucking shit, and I should have made a decision not to continue SRL after last season. Last season was probably the best season we've had on SRL. We should have ended it on a high, but I wanted to give these drivers at least 2 more seasons before we close the curtain on this game anyway. We should have gone to Project Cars. A lot more stable. Anyway, Southern Ping rounding the final corner himself, picks up a 5-second timer. I don't think he's really going to give a shit about that. And there we go. And that is the end. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry about the whole shit so, but there's not a lot we can really fucking do. Till then, guys, we will see you next week at Zandvoort if there is a race. Until then, guys, we'll see you soon, and goodbye.